how to take advantage of this situation of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies. You want to know this and the last information about the crypto world? Smash the like button. It's time for Crypto News, Crypto to the Max with Rodrigo Arnedo. With the same face, I tell you, Bitcoin is going to a new all-time high than when Bitcoin is going down south, breaking the 100K line. It's okay for us, and I'm gonna tell you why. Well, you know probably that they closed the Strait of Hormuz and that made Bitcoin go down for good. We even go lower than the 100K line. We cry for that because that means that Bitcoin's been above this line for just 44 days. That was it. You might be optimistic anyways, 44 days above 100K before this crisis we are living right now. And maybe you are right now in your room trying to decide if you should sell some crypto or starve to death because you didn't do your homework, you didn't do what you had to do. Today we're gonna read a lot of quaint thoughts that I loved. Dear Lord, probably you said, I promise I won't get greedy next time and just take some profits instead of screenshots. Please just give us the last face melting alt session. Amen. So that's one of the keys for being a master and taking advantage of these situations, which is liquidity. You need liquidity. I've been there like 2 times, almost 3 times across my Bitcoin history. The moment you didn't took any profits and then market goes down and you are in a very tough situation, you might even have to ask money to your dad because you don't want to sell your cryptos and you are like with $100 in the bank account. So yeah, first things first, liquidity. This is something you need to think about in order to be chill in this crypto world. If you have liquidity, if you have money for a couple of months or maybe even better for close to a year, then you are safe. Even if your portfolio goes 90% down, you can keep it and wait, because another lesson we've learned since this moment is that they say if you buy a flat, an apartment, a house, even if you buy it at the very worst day, if you wait 10 years, the price of the house or the apartment goes to the same price. So if you wait long enough, you're gonna be okay. So with crypto, by now, with some of them, not with all of them, but with Bitcoin, for example, if you wait enough, price go to the same point it was again, even though it goes down 90%. It doesn't mean it has to be this case in the future, but till now this happened, but you need liquidity and you need patience in order to get there. So remember, I told you in previous videos, so the third thing would be information. If you get information, you chill. If you are just going to Twitter or TikTok and getting crazy messages, you're gonna freak out. Don't do that. Remember, I told you, I think I should buy more Bitcoin at 93,700 and I should sell more Bitcoin at 117. So if we are not at that point, it doesn't matter to me. That's why I seem to be so calm, because I'm gonna wait till 93 and I will buy there. I have my order settled already. And I have my order settled already for selling at 117. Until then, I do nothing. I just go outside, I keep on learning. Maybe you're not okay with your position right now. Well, what I would say then, and this is not financial advice, is you buy as you go down all the way to 93, and then you wait till 117 and you start selling DCA in both scenarios. Your DCA buying right now, your DCA selling in the future. You have to decide, because probably number 4, you're thinking, but if you were so sure that Bitcoin was going to go down, why not selling some? That way you are able of buying more when it's low. Because I don't want to trade. I don't want to be all day paying attention to all these screens. And because I have the experience and you believe that, this is very clear that we're going down. But Bitcoin then does whatever it wants, and you're gonna fail. Remember that just 5% of traders make money. You know who's making money? The guy that is telling you to do trading because you are using the referral. You know who makes money? The ones that sells you the course about how to do trade. Remember, there's a lot of people there taking advantage of your ignorance. I believe after 8 years, that is better just buying and holding and then chilling. Quentin told us also this: I've learned something in every cycle. Everyone says they'll buy when it gets scary, but when uncertainty actually hits, barely anyone does. Truth is, by the time it feels safe, the market's already gone. Buying crypto when it's boring, hated, or unclear, that's when it changes your life. It never feels easy. That's the point. So this is number 5. Remember Warren Buffett telling us you should be greedy when you have blood in the streets, and you should be fearful when everybody's talking about some asset. Well, this is the thing. Now you have the crisis. Now you have the opportunity. Are you going to take advantage of that? No, you're going to wait more. Why? Because it might go lower. Yes, it might. It might not. And you miss the opportunity again. These things will make you a master in the next cycle. It's okay, number 6, to make all these mistakes. Don't be worried if you are doing things wrong. I do all things wrong. I did all them wrong. But finally, after doing everything wrong, you learn and you'll be a master like this guy. This guy is a crypto investor. Do you see him scared, concerned, having a bad time? No. He's enjoying life, as you will when you learn enough. Well, maybe it's not in this cycle, maybe in the next one. Consider, if you're worried about this war thing, that maybe your crypto portfolio is looking like crap now. Stock money lizards tell you. You have to understand that people forget something that is really simple: market mechanics and basics. Markets don't hate war, they hate uncertainty. Look at the S&P/X, the chart we have here. He plotted the major wars with US participation in the past 100 years. Do you notice anything? The moment it started, we saw a drop. After the drop, impulsive recovery. Now ask yourself today, is a 30% drop an opportunity for you? You can survive a 30% drop, or should you panic sell? I can only answer for myself. You have to answer for you. But here you can see Pearl Harbor. We went down 21%, then up like 33,000%. Korean War, we went 9% down, and then like 33,000% rise in 2 years. In Vietnam, we had an initial drop of 24%, and then in the 2-year period, we went up like 9,000%. Gulf War, 0% down, 17%, 1,700 rise. And on 9/11, an initial drop of 35%, 2-year period plus 782%. Iraq invasion, initial drop 20%, 2-year period plus 782%. So it's the same amount we had 9/11 with Iraq invasion. So right now with Israel-Iran war, what's going to be the drop? 30%. And are we gonna go 782% rise? We'll see about that. But consider also, as Quentin is telling you, that Bitcoin being about 100K is crazy. Take a second to realize how insane it is. The US is getting dragged into a war with Iran. Markets are on the edge, fear everywhere, and yet Bitcoin still holds 6 figures. This is amazing, of course, for Bitcoin. And he says, just imagine how hard the markets will pump after this gets de-escalated. Investing is too simple if you ignore emotions and have patience. This is the hard thing to do. Of course, you need to stop crying and consider things, very good things, like that we are above 100K, that we bounce in the moving average, this yellow line. And if you are concerned about the situation right now, remember that probably you've survived already empty gogs, the China banning of Bitcoin mining, the COVID crash, the Luna collapse, the FTX implosion, the most aggressive rate hikes ever, the longest bear market in history. Russia-Ukraine war, recession fears, endless food from the media. We still here. You'll survive this too. You just don't stop staking. Do not. Well, this is not financial advice. You need to consider in the emotional chart which one would you choose. He says that it feels like we are going down, but he's betting the money that we are just having a pause and Bitcoin will recover eventually. But yeah, we have to watch the daily chart. Remember also that we were telling you that we might be around this precise day in the point we are right now. We didn't know why, we didn't know about this war, but the chart was telling us that possibility. We studied it, it happened. Also remember this chart, I'm loving how accurate these parallel channels just became, and we stopped at that very point. So yeah, we'll see if we are finding support around this 99 or I need to draw another parallel line. Because remember that we have to talk about CME gaps. We have now a positive one. We can be as soon as today at 103 because we have a gap there. But also remember this one. Remember we told you we have a gap in the 92,140 and we are bouncing back in this parallel channel that I draw for you. Remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, that helps us a lot, and share with your friends. If you go to the weekly chart, well, this is terrible. We are going down from the point we didn't want to, which was 105. We closed very badly, just above 100K, which might be optimistic for the closure. And right now, we are going up as we record. But remember, we told you about this hammer candle and how we were supposed to have a push up now. This never happened. Also, the golden cross is getting old. We broke the moving average. And these two bullish patterns over the megaphone and also this pennant, those are obsolete too right now. We forget right now about breaking this line. We have to wait further in order to do that. And remember also that we expect Bitcoin to be at 142 before November the 10th somehow, as we told you in previous videos. You have to watch them all if you want to know also about the monetary supply that is telling us right now that Bitcoin needs to go up in the next days, weeks to come. And also we told you how the Genius Act might affect positively Bitcoin, and this chart is still a possibility. We have to wait, we have to see. What about dollar behavior? We told you also about that in previous videos, and we told you about this gap is not filled and how this might be filled by August the 15th. We are following this chart. We didn't want to, but we are doing it. We have very bad charts in previous videos. Remember these two, also this one related with the war in Iran, what happened in April 2024, and this one, the one that I don't want to be happening, which means that we are in a crypto winter already. I told you about all this in previous videos, so if you don't know about them, you have to go right now and watch them all. And Bitcoin price is going to react to the market, of course. So you can see Europe is going up right now. China had a crazy day going up. Japan, crazy day going up. So the market reaction today is being positive. We'll see how it opens in United States. What about gold? Gold is about to close going down this gap. And remember that we still have one that is lower. And you can see very interestingly that Bitcoin is behaving opposite to gold today. Bitcoin going up with the stock markets, gold going down. So maybe the market expects the war to de-escalate already. What if we are in this pattern and heads and shoulder inverted one and we go up? Why, if we respect the parabola we are in for so long, as Kevin Svensson is telling here, and we are just finding support to the next push up? Remember also we told you in previous videos about the halving and how the cycle peak is not supposed to be here according to this till October 2025. We have so many information, and this is why I'm calm, and this is why you should too. So again, do not fall for crazy YouTubers telling you crazy stuff. Just Try to find all the information you can and make your decisions. Now about this thing in Iran and Israel, they say that United States is happy that the Hormuz is closed, so Europe now is very weak, is who is having the worst time. China is okay, Russia is okay with the energy, and United States it's okay. So Europe is the one that is having a rough time right now, and this might be even something planned by United States. Telling you about crazy stories about this, some people believe that Iran is selling Bitcoin acquired via cyber hacking to fund the purchase of missiles and replacement equipment for its uranium enrichment. I am not buying any more Bitcoin till they are done selling, says Mike Alfred. My guess is they'll be out of Bitcoin within 48, 72 hours. For me, this is crazy talk, but crazier is this from Max Kaiser. This is the single most interesting piece of data all week. Allegedly, the hash rate for Bitcoin is going down as US strike those nuclear sites. The idea that Iran is behind a lot of Bitcoin mining for funding their operations. I believe this is crazy talk too. And people like BTC Andres would say the same, that is crazy talking, but who knows? And if you want to know why Bitcoin is going down, it's not the war, it's Jim Cramer again. He did it. He said, if you want to own Bitcoin, own Bitcoin. I own Bitcoin, you should own Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a great thing to have in your portfolio. And after this, Bitcoin starts going down. Why, Jim Cramer? Why you always has to do this to us? But as we have bad actors like Jim Cramer, we have our saviors like Michael Saylor. He's buying today. You are considering buying, Michael Saylor is buying. And Metaplanet is buying too, and some others, of course. Remember to track your portfolio, 10% discount in the description below if you use coin tracking, and you have to track there for your tax report, all your altcoins. You can see that we are in the lowest point in 2 years in the altcoins. So you might believe that we are going to go to zero. You might believe we are going to have an alt season. I believe we are going to have an alt season. Everybody's telling you we are not. I believe we are too. And I will tell you in a separate dedicated video about this, because I believe it's a major issue and I don't want you to be tricked. Ethereum is going down right now. We have a gap open above us. So it has to decide if it goes and closes the one that is lower in 1,600, and we go up right now to 2,300. Of course, I believe this is going to has to do a lot with Bitcoin price action. And again, maybe this is the opportunity for buying those crypto that I believe that are going to have an alt season, that are going to be top contenders in the new cycle. For example, Chainlink, right now, terrible position, finding resistance in this line, maybe a good entry point. Also for Hype, terrible situation, finding resistance in this line, maybe a good entry point. Also for Trump, in its minimum, and this is my entry point for Sui. So I'm gonna buy today a little bit of it if I have the time. If it doesn't goes below 2.5, I'm buying today like $200, something like that. Not a crazy amount, just to control my FOMO because I wanted a little bit of it. BNB also at that point, and so many others. You can see also finding resistance in this line. Again, think about the ones that you like the more. Go to the chart and see if it's a good opportunity for you, or you just chill and leave this crisis as we lived all the others before. Remember, of course, that the most important thing is friendship, that we are social people, and we need friends. Like this bird is helping this cat. He was a trader, he lost a lot, but he still have the love of his friend. Love and learning. Keep on doing so here on Rodrigo Ornedo, Noticias Bitcoin, health, money, love, pour in peace, and the best is yet to come. To the moon!